Vladimir Joga has become one of the first heroes of the new Russian-recognized Donetsk People's Republic, the DPR. To much of the rest of the world, he was a separatist, fighting Ukraine for control of its sovereign territory. For the several thousand mourners here, he was fighting for peace. Joga was the commander of the DPR's elite Sparta battalion. His soldiers say he'd gone to rescue civilians from an apartment building in Volnovakha during what was supposed to be a humanitarian ceasefire on Saturday. But his unit got trapped in a firefight with what they called Ukrainian nationalists. Joga was shot.
Mounting tensions over Russian energy. On Monday, the country's deputy prime minister warned that a Western ban on Russian oil would be met with retaliation, including potentially shutting off the main gas pipeline from Russia to Germany.
We have every right to take a matching decision and impose an embargo on gas pumping through the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline.
The invasion of Ukraine has already led Berlin to cancel the opening of the new Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. But sanctions have so far mostly spared the Russian energy sector for fear of sparking a supply shock that would destabilize Western economies. As casualties mount, though, the U.S. is now considering banning the exports that provide Moscow with a crucial source of revenue.
The court regrets the non-appearance of the Russian Federation in these oral proceedings.
That Russia's seats are empty speaks loudly. They are not here in this court of law. They are on a battlefield, waging aggressive war against my country.
Russia has accused the United States of plugging millions of dollars into funding biolabs in Ukraine, all of which were possibly involved in trying to produce biological weapons. After first accusing Kyiv of developing dirty bombs, the Russian Defense Ministry has said that it has proof that Ukraine is collaborating with the United States to develop biological weapons and spent over $200 million to do so. A network of over 30 biological laboratories have been created. Some of them are research labs and others are sanitary ones. Russia claims that some labs in Lviv were conducting work with infectious agents of plague, anthrax and brucellosis. The labs in Kharkiv and Poltava were working with infectious agents of diphtheria, salmonellus and dysentery.
New satellite photos show construction at North Korea's nuclear testing site, according to US-based analysts. It raises fears Pyongyang could resume testing major weapons. Specialists at the James Martin Center for Non-Proliferation Studies looked at images taken on Friday of the Punggye-ri site. They appeared to show construction of a new building, repair of another one, and what is possibly lumber and sawdust. Punggye-ri is North Korea's only known nuclear site, where it carried out 6 tests from 2006 to 2017. It was closed and dismantled in 2018 when North Korea declared a self-imposed moratorium on nuclear weapons tests. Leader Kim Jong-un, however, has said he no longer feels bound by that moratorium, with denuclearization talks stalled since 2019.
And South Korea's Navy fired warning shots Tuesday morning to repel a North Korean patrol vessel that violated the maritime border while chasing a North Korean fishing boat. Seoul's Joint Chiefs of Staff says the fishing boat was first to cross the northern limit line at about 9:30 a.m., followed by the patrol boat about 15 minutes later. The South Korean Navy drove the patrol boat back to the north with warning shots and messages on loudspeaker and seized the other ship carrying 7 people.
Bill Cosby will remain a free man after the justices refused prosecutors' request to take up his sexual assault case. Cosby was released from prison last June when his conviction was thrown out by Pennsylvania's highest court. He had served 3 years in prison after being convicted of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman.
After a woman claimed that Cosby attacked her, it was the county prosecutor who issued a press release declining to file charges. He said there were too many problems in the case. And then when Cosby was hit with a lawsuit filed by the victim, he talked about what happened because he believed he had immunity from prosecution. But then a new prosecutor came along and used what Cosby said during that civil lawsuit and charged him with a crime. And he was convicted. It's that conviction that the state Supreme Court threw out last year. Pennsylvania said the state court was wrong to conclude that Cosby had a good reason to rely on the original prosecutor's press release.
All right, South Africa is back in the dark. Eskom says power cuts will continue until 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. The power utility also says it's been experiencing generation failures for the past 24 hours.